Okay, 10th of November 2021, and this is a follow-up from yesterday's intraday watch list. And if you remember from yesterday's video that we talked about a few instruments from the lower time frame based on intraday trading, you remember that we had these areas marked up for the Euro USD, and you can see it actually respected the areas. Now, this is how it played out for me yesterday, right? We got our entry over here, and then it got to these highs, right? It got to these highs here that, of course, had this strong bounce, and then came back here and then took us out for break even. And that was the story of yesterday for this Euro USD. Now, but something happened. If you notice clearly, you notice that based on the price action that we had, you notice that we had this form of range now above our area of interest. So this is beginning to look a bit on the dirty side, but then also notice that we still have this area or this area that should also still work as a support area for a bounce, right? So Euro USD is also very much on the watch list for today, but it's beginning to look a bit messy. We got an entry yesterday, but the follow through just wasn't there. And cable, we had nothing on cable. We were expecting to have a deeper drop to this area, but this was where it stopped. It stopped over here and then pushed back up. So cable 2 seems to be having this funny range here as well, if you have a look, right? So yesterday, basically, it was a thing of ranging for most of the majors on gold. Looking at the Aussie, you can see the Aussie 2, nothing to write home about. The Kiwi, Kiwi 2, nothing to write home about. Sweezy, look at them very well. Sweezy now is actually at an area of interest here, but it's not looking so palatable. So it's not every time that price gets to your area of interest, like your support for buying or your resistance for selling, that you jump into that market. At times when you look at it, it just doesn't look right. The timing isn't right. Things are not just right. So what do? You simply leave it alone, right? Let the market come to you. Don't force the market. The dollar yen was a beautiful one yesterday. Please go and watch yesterday's intraday video, right? You'll notice that we marked these areas here where we said these are the areas that we're thinking of jumping in to sell. And look at what we had here. A nice, beautiful entry here. And then it got to the lows here of this support and it bounced. But unlike the Euro USD, this bounce didn't go all the way back to take us a break even. It just got to this point and then now it's ranging. That's why I said mostly we had ranges in the majors on gold yesterday. But you can see that the levels are still working according to how they are supposed to. So this is something that is very, very important. Dollar card, nah, this is ugly. I wouldn't touch this with anything, right? Gold 2 acted according to plan. It came back to test this area here. Wasn't able to get an entry here though, but this was a good one to go long and here as well to go long. But don't forget, there isn't that follow through across board for all these instruments. But if you look closely, we have data coming out later today. We have data coming out later today. We have news for the dollar. So for later, we have the CPI. Yes, we have the CPI coming out later today by 2:30 p.m. So we should expect some volatility for the USD pairs. So that means that around that period, if you're not in any trade, don't rush in, especially from the intraday or maybe even the scalper time frame perspective, because you could have some easy whipsaws and so on. So watch the market, be cautious, pay attention to your levels, let the market come to you. And of course, don't forget, if you want to learn how to draw these levels that we have been looking at for all of these instruments, for the euros, cable, Aussie, and so on, right? All you have to do is to connect to the free course in the description below. The link is in the description below, and you get to learn how to draw this very simple levels where you can use to get entries. If the video was helpful, thank you everybody, and do enjoy the rest of the day. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and of course give this video a like. Thank you and goodbye for now.